Today is the last day of the Illinois gun season, and we just had a really good encounter with about a 140-inch 10-point. He actually came from down this grass lane right here, and it was like he read the script. He kept walking to us, and I'm looking at him, and I've seen this deer on trail camera, and I know he's a 4-year-old, but it was a great thing to watch as he cut this corner. This is exactly why we have this grizzly in this location, and he just bumped some does and then fed up and then bedded up in this timber. But this has been a really good gun season. The early season is a 3-day season, and it's timed perfectly just after the peak of the rut. And these bucks are moving, they're looking for those last remaining does coming into cycle. And for this year, I had Paul from Colt and Jeremy from Grizzly blinds and drinkware in with me to hunt. So they always come in a day before and they sight their guns in, and we built a grizzly blind. We got everything settled in. And I've known these guys for years, and I've always wanted to share camp with them. So Paul had the tag to actually hunt this river bottom farm, and Jeremy had a tag in the county where my home farm is. This farm has showed us a lot of potential this year. And Paul has never hunted the Midwest before. He's from Michigan. So I knew with the rut kicking in that this could be his hunt of a lifetime. Paul had one of the best hunts of his entire life and killed the biggest buck he ever has and the first deer he's ever killed with a handgun. So it's back to camp, celebrating, telling stories.
Wow! The handgun hunter.
Pretty cool morning.
Congratulations. Oh my God.
Congrats, Paul. Thanks, folks. Thank you.
You gotta tell me the story.
Oh my goodness. We're sitting there. I grunted at this deer. We saw him on the far edge of the field and didn't really react much to it. And then I snort wheezed and it got his attention immediately.
Jeremy and I both had a couple good encounters, but we weren't quite dialed in on the deer that we were chasing. But it was only the first day. Rolling into day 2, the bucks are still on their feet chasing, and I had one of the best nights watching rutting activity that I've seen the entire season. And out rolls Rover. He comes out from the back of the field, bunks the does, comes all the way within 40 yards, and I've got my Anaconda handgun, and I'm good to like 50 or 75 yards. But as he's chasing does, I'm trying to go after him, and I just can't get him to stop, and my sights lined up, and off he goes chasing the does. But it was just such a cool encounter seeing a deer of that caliber, 7.5-year-old buck, chasing does in the wide open. So coming into the tail end of the gun season, Jeremy had already killed a doe with the muzzleloader, and we had pulled some cameras, and 3-beam was right where he was supposed to be. The hopes are high for the last evening as Jeremy and I head out to the stands. I had the encounter with Rover, so I had a pretty good idea where he was going to be, and we pulled some cards, and 3-beam had been showing up right in his core, and he was daylighting. So I had a pretty good idea that Jeremy was going to be dialed in on 3-beam.
The legend is down.
What's up, boss?
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Man.
Thank you.
Oh,
Bully buck down.
yeah.
Whole 3-beam.
Look at the head on this thing. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's awesome. It was great.
Oh, he's incredible.
He is.
Woo.
He's a lot of fun.
11-inch tines.
You know what I love? Character,
You
right?
love
I love
character.
character in a buck.
I mean, this brow comes forward, and then you got this extra kicker here. This just happened 3 days ago.
That's what you're saying.
Broke
Horrible.
his tooth 3 days ago. But look at the chunk that came out of that. Who did he hit?
Oh, whatever it was, he was bullying somebody out.
Wow. Man. Unbelievable. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
You earned them. You earned them. I'm glad to be part of this with you.
Thanks for having me out here, man. Means a ton.
Open invitation. Well, the first gun season wrapped up really well for Paul and for Jeremy, shooting 2 incredible deer, but most of the time just spending time in camp with them and enjoying those hunt experiences and creating new memories. I unfortunately wasn't able to punch my tag, but I did come back for the second gun season, and those 4 days were super slow. Barely any deer moving, no sign of the second rut coming in. But on the heels of that, I went back into bow season. And just 3 days ago, I had an encounter with Rover with my bow, and I thought it was all going to come together. Sitting in my Grizzly blind, wind was perfect. He comes out 10 minutes before the end of shooting light. Bumping does, feeding out in the cut corn. I was clipped in and ready. Had the rangefinder 75, 70, 72, and he just wouldn't break that 60-yard mark. And I just watched the sun set. He pushed the doe and eased on out of the field. We're here on the last day of the muzzleloader season in a different county. So I have one more sit tonight with this cold weather. My hopes are high that it could all come together on the River Bottom farm. But if not, it'll be back to the home farm and Rover all the way to the end of the season.